Hey y'all, this your girl Chantal Lissette. Hope y'all doing well. This is my second review for the HBO limited series, The Undoing with Nicole Kidman and Donald Sutherland. So this week they pick up where they left off. The end of last week, as y'all remember, Dr. Grace Frazier was on the phone calling different hotels to try to see where her husband was. So what happened was she wasn't able to find him. And she goes to her son's room to ask her son, did he appear to be going through something? What was his behavior like? And the son said everything appeared to be pretty normal. He said the dad told him he loved him, kissed him, tucked him in, that kind of thing. So at this point, she feels like she has to just go ahead and tell the son what's going on. She tells the son that she hasn't been able to reach him, hasn't been able to reach the father. He has not contacted her. She's emailed him. He hasn't emailed her back. She can't call him on his cell because he conveniently left the cell in the bedroom drawer. So the son was like, oh, it's no problem. He's probably on his way back. He's probably flying. He's on the flight now, so therefore he doesn't have phone service. He'll be home, any moment, any day. Okay? So the son's trying to calm her down. But of course, Grace doesn't believe that. And the son really doesn't either. He was just basically trying to calm his mother down and make her feel better. But we all know that's not really what's going on. We know that. You know that. The next day, reporters are outside the school, y'all. Reporters are outside the school. They want to get the story. They want to get the late-breaking story about Elena's death. So as you know, Elena's little boy is a student at this elite private school. Elena was the new mom and was trying to ingratiate herself into their little clique. Grace and her friends, they're on this charity board, this auction board where they raise scholarships for students. And so Elena was a new member to this auction board, this charity board. She's trying to get in good with those ladies, but they really didn't accept her. They didn't see it for her like that. So one of the mothers says, do you know that the husband turned himself in? So she's referring to Elena's husband, and he is fine. Y'all, he's fine. So allegedly he's turned himself in. We don't know because they didn't get into that part yet. Okay? They didn't get into that yet. But Grace actually ended up going to the hospital where her husband works and speaking to one of his colleagues, another doctor. I think his name is Dr. Rosenfeld. That's what I think his name is. And so she gets to Dr. Rosenfeld and he's acting all shady. She says, what about this conference? Do you know about this pediatric conference in Cleveland? Tell me about that. And Dr. Rosenfeld's like, conference? I don't know anything about a conference. And so she pushes on, well, what about this? What about that? And he's like, I signed a contract and I agreed not to say anything about this, and I can't go against what I promised on the contract. So he just runs off. He scurries off. But I know what it sounds like to you because it sounds like that to me and it sounds like that to Grace. It sounds like a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA of some sort. So she's like, what is really going on with this picture? Meanwhile, she still can't contact her husband. Still. He hasn't checked in at all. And so she goes to her dad's, talks to her dad, who's played by the great actor, the legendary Donald Sutherland, Keeper's daddy, right? And so they're talking, and while they're talking, the detectives show up, the detectives from last week, and they invite her to, they ask her to go down to the police department with them. And when they get down there, they're asking her, where is he? Are you hiding him? Do you know where he's at? Are you protecting him? All that type of stuff. And she's like, wait a minute now, hold up. He's missing from my life and my son's life also. I'm not hiding anything. And if I knew where he was, I certainly would tell y'all. But in the meanwhile, she gets some really good tea. Come to find out, the husband, no longer works at the hospital. He hasn't been working there for about 8 months, 6, 7, 8 months. Why didn't he work there? Inappropriate behavior with one of the patient's parents. So it's a good thing she went down there to the police department because they poured that tea. So she finds out the husband has been gone from the job, and he had been having an affair with one of his patient's parents, and that was none other than Elena. Okay, so that's pretty much what we thought, that there was some connection, and now we know there definitely is and was a connection. The last scene of the episode was Grace is at the beach house. She and Henry, they're chilling, they're relaxing, but you keep seeing a shadow move. You know somebody's in the house with them, but they don't know. You know, but Grace and Henry do not. So Grace is sitting out on her porch one morning, in her rocking chair, chilling, looking all relaxed and stuff. And Henry is up in his room, sleep or wherever. He's not there. She's on the porch by herself, allegedly. But guess who runs up to her and got the nerve to put his hand over her mouth? Guess. I'll wait. Dr. Jonathan Frazier, the missing husband. He gonna put his hand over her mouth and talk about don't scream. Oh yes. So she says, I'm going to call the police. He says, give me 2 minutes. I'll explain everything. She says, 2 minutes? I didn't give you my whole life. So he's talking and he's like going into detail about this love affair, this deep affair, this obsessive affair he and Elena had. That Elena became obsessed with him, his family, his job, and Grace with his wife. And that he couldn't get her off of him. Then Grace confronts him about the fact that his job gone. And he gonna say something like, well, that was part of one single deception. So it's not like I did this. I lied all these many times. It's, well, that was just one deception. She went off. She said, I'm not gonna trust you. I can't trust you. You are a liar. Everything that you've said, everything about our marriage is a lie. So we're done, we're through, we're over. So she's not playing it. Period. And he told her, he was like, oh, I didn't do it. So he expects her to say, you had a whole affair with this other woman, an emotional and physical affair, but as long as you didn't kill her, we can work things out. You see how stupid that is? So she's supposed to just say the affair was okay because he didn't kill the woman, allegedly. Because he's probably lying about that too. But anyway, Henry comes up to the little doorway to the porch. Jonathan goes over to hug him. Henry's happy to see his dad. While they're over there embracing, Grace slides her phone out very, very stealth, very sneaky, and she calls the police. She says, this is Dr. Grace Frazier. My husband broke in the house. He is a felon. He is wanted for murder. He broke in. He is wanted. Come get him. And that's where the episode went off. So anyway, I'm enjoying The Undoing. Let me know in the comments what you think. And also, if you like the video, remember to click the like button. And also, become a subscriber. Hit the bell with the little parenthesis on the side, the little things on the side. Hit that bell so you can subscribe to Chantalis Says 7. That's me. All right, y'all. Have a great week, and I will see you next week for the next episode of The Undoing.